Today we'll be looking at why certain older Team Fortress 2 weapons should be updated. Team Fortress 2 is a massive multiplayer online first-person shooter game. It was released in 2007 and was immediately a huge hit. It continues to be extremely popular today, almost 10 years later. It is so popular, in fact, that the developers of the game changed its format to free-to-play, with the only fees being which cosmetics and weapons gamers chose to buy to outfit their mercenaries. As a person who has been playing Team Fortress 2 for a few years now, this is a topic that is very important to me. Let's take a look at some of the game's older weapons and how they stack up against their newer counterparts. So first, there is the Fist of Steel. The Fist of Steel are basically metal boxing gloves that make it so the player takes less damage from guns, but more damage from melee weapons. Melee weapons are any type of weapon that deals damage through hitting, such as fists or a bat. It is an older weapon which is very weak, because while bullet damage is negated by 40%, you take double melee damage while wearing them, so if someone melees you, you are as good as dead. The Fist of Steel are nothing compared to the newer strong weapon introduced in the Winter Update, Holiday Punch. Holiday Punch, which generally does normal damage, can do extreme damage if you take advantage of its unique ability. If you can manage to attack an enemy player from behind when they are not paying attention, you can punch their back, which makes them laugh, and allows you to instantly kill them with the finger gun taunt kill. Both types of weapons are in the melee class, meaning that you must be close to your opponent to utilize them. Unfortunately, if you are close enough to your opponent to use the Fist of Steel, you will receive more damage than you can deal out. Whereas with the Holiday Punch, just a turn of your opponent's back is all you need to be victorious. Compared to the Holiday Punch, the Fist of Steel are more like the Fist of Glass. Now, the next weapons we will compare are the Degreaser and the Backburner. The Degreaser is a weapon that can be equipped really fast, 60% faster than the default flamethrower. It can also be de-equipped quickly, 30% faster than the default. This is useful because it gives the player more flexibility to switch between weapons during gameplay. Unfortunately, it deals virtually no damage whatsoever. In fact, it deals 66% less fire damage than the default flamethrower in the game. Therefore, this perk doesn't actually make the Degreaser more useful, it only makes it easier to use other weaponry within your arsenal. Despite being a weaker weapon, the Degreaser can only be obtained through purchase or a rare random drop. The newer weapon, the Backburner, only deals 10% less damage than the default flamethrower when it is used on the front 180 degrees of the player. However, it can do insane damage if used on the back 180 degrees of a player, causing a whopping 300% more damage than the default flamethrower. Now, if your opponent isn't paying attention, the Backburner can kill in approximately a half second. It is also extremely easy to obtain, as you can receive it for free as a reward for completing 16 Pyro achievements. Nothing can compare, so the Backburner is used everywhere, while the Degreaser is almost never used. Finally, we will examine the Wrap Assassin versus the Sandman. The Wrap Assassin is basically just a tube of cardboard with some wrapping paper wound around it, an interesting holiday weapon, but pretty useless. It does 65% less damage than the default bat weapon. The Wrap Assassin can cause bleed damage, meaning that your opponent will slowly bleed to death, losing health over a period of a few seconds. However, despite being injured, your opponent can still attack and defend themselves after being hit. Conversely, when using the Sandman, you can stun your enemy for a few seconds, causing them to move more slowly and being able to attack or defend themselves at all. Also, the Sandman can instantly kill in two ways. One is the home run taunt kill. The home run taunt kill causes a player's mercenary to hit their opponent with a bat like they're swinging at a pitched baseball, launching their enemy into the air, killing them instantly. The other method, the flying guillotine, stuns the opponent with a baseball, and then throws a cleaver at the enemy, instantly killing them. With such huge differences in effectiveness between these two weapons, it is easy to see why the Sandman is a far superior weapon to the Wrap Assassin. In conclusion, I think that Valve Studios should update these older weapons so that they will be used more often, and not forgotten forever. Having a variety of weapons in the game is a good thing. Unfortunately, the way things are now, even though these weapons exist, they are so weak that no one wants to use them. Therefore, when you go into a server to play, virtually everyone is using the same arsenal of weaponry. This makes gameplay boring, repetitive, and predictable. However, if Valve were to update these older weapons and make them more in line with the standards of the newer weapons, then players would return to using them, and the game would be re-energized. So, I ask you, please push this issue forward to Valve so they may consider. Good night, folks.